Now that all the negativity is out of the way, I'd like to say that computers hold massive potential for the comics field, as long as you're not married to the idea of making a living from e-comics. With a computer and the right software, an artist has practically unlimited resources at his disposal, an infinite canvas, a myriad of colors and tools, and the ability to undo virtually any mistake. New heights of expression and artistic experimentation can be reached through a digital medium. Effects can be achieved with computers that would be extraordinarily difficult to create by hand, if not outright impossible. Comic books specifically designed for use with e-readers or palm computers, and comics available on CD or DVD. Comics on CD had a brief period of popularity before fizzling out, are just the beginning. The very archetype of panel-to-panel movement in storytelling can be redefined in amazing new ways. A monitor screen may have certain physical boundaries like a printed page, but unlike ink on a page, images on a screen can be moved and shifted around. The notion of a page has less meaning on a computer monitor. Panels can conceivably continue infinitely in any direction, even in multiple directions. Graphic storytelling can become surprisingly non-linear in such a context, and this only scratches the surface of the possibilities. The only problem with this new realm of possibilities being introduced is that it can lead to comics being transformed into something entirely different. Computers make it very easy to add motion, sound, and other elements to digital comics, which physically cannot exist within a conventional print comic book. When these elements begin to be introduced, a comic ceases to be a comic and moves into the domain of animation. This isn't necessarily a negative thing, but it does dilute the essence of what makes comics a unique medium. Of course, any comic in digital form automatically loses one of the distinctions of comic books, in that it is no longer a book at all. Instead, it is more similar to a comic strip, albeit much more complex. However, digital comics do retain other elements unique to comic books, and even elaborates upon them. As mentioned previously, the notions of story layout and panel arrangement can take on entirely new dimensions. In many ways, digital comics are as separate from comic books as comic books are from comic strips, so they certainly deserve their own categorization. In fact, digital comics can lead to the emergence of a totally new art form, one that is equal parts comics, animation, and video games, yet not belonging to any of those groups. Limited use of motion and sound, added to the usual static images of comics, and combined with functionality available only through the use of a computer, like hypertext linking and interactivity, can result in forms of creative expression unlike any before. The comic book itself is a hybrid of literature and art. Amalgamation of this with vast digital possibilities is the next logical step. The boundaries of the art have been extended immeasurably and opened doors that previously didn't even exist. But that is a topic for another paper entirely.